Camilla, is now a good time? There's something I really need to talk to you about.
Oh, Juliana? I thought you were away on a trip with your boyfriend Max. What's up?
Yeah, actually, it's about that trip. I saw something there, and I really don't know how to process it, so I'm kind of freaking out.
What did you see?
I saw your boyfriend, Daniel.
Oh, yeah, I think Daniel's in Orlando, too. I heard he's there for a wedding, some friends of ours, right?
Oh, you've heard that?
What? Wait, you're not saying Daniel was walking around with some woman, are you?
Well, I'm sorry, but that's exactly what happened.
What?
Daniel was walking around holding hands with a woman about our age in Orlando.
What?
I know, I didn't know if I should tell you at first, but since you mentioned before that you might be getting a proposal soon, I just thought it might be better for you to hear it now, before it turned into something bigger or you got too emotionally attached to the idea of what was going on. If I've crossed a line, I really am sorry.
No, thank you for telling me. If what you're saying is true, then I really need to think about what to do. Now that you mention it, I've been trying to contact him since yesterday, but he hasn't been answering. I guess if he's meeting up with his affair, that would explain it. He's always had this thing about cheating, but I didn't say anything, so I guess he just felt like he could get away with it. Now he's off on a trip with another woman, and it just feels like such a betrayal.
I had no idea things had gotten this far.
I know, it's just frustrating. How could he do this, especially when we were talking about marriage? I thought we were on the same page, planning our future, and now I don't even know who he really is anymore. How could he hide something like this?
By the way, Max said he has exchanged contact info with Daniel.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I just found out. Max told me that he's actually met Daniel a few times for work-related stuff. They never spoke personally outside of that, but he's got Daniel's number saved, and Max said that if I'm okay with it, he could reach out to him to see what's going on. What do you think about that? Should we try that?
Well, if we're just trying to get some answers, I guess it's worth a shot. If you could have Max contact him just to get a better idea of what's going on, I'd really appreciate it. I'm not sure what to think right now, and I just need some clarity.
Okay, I'll tell Max to get in touch with him and let you know what he finds out.
Thanks, Juliana. I am just so overwhelmed right now. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Daniel was supposed to be the one I was going to build my life with, but now it just feels like everything is falling apart.
I understand. It's so hard when you're emotionally invested in someone and you have plans for your future only to find out that things aren't what you thought they were. It's okay to feel hurt and confused right now. You deserve someone who respects you and treats you with the loyalty and love you give them. That's what I want for you. I know that you'll get through this no matter what happens.
Yeah, I keep telling myself that. It's just hard to reconcile what I thought was true with the reality of what's going on. But you're right, I need to focus on what's best for me now. I can't keep giving my trust to someone who doesn't deserve it.
Exactly, and just remember, you have people who care about you and you don't have to go through this alone. You're not the only one who's been hurt, and you don't have to carry all of this on your own. I'm here for you, and I'm ready to help however you need me to.
Thank you. It really means a lot to me to have someone like you in my corner. I don't even know what to think right now, but I guess I'll just have to wait and see what Max finds out and go from there.
Of course, just take it one step at a time, and don't let anyone rush you into making decisions. You're the one who gets to decide what happens next. Just remember to take care of yourself. I'm here if you need me, and you don't have to do any of this alone.
Yeah, I'll do that. Thanks again for everything, Juliana. I really don't know how I'd handle this without your support.
You're welcome. And remember, no matter what happens with Daniel, you deserve someone who treats you with respect and love. Don't settle for less than that. I'm always here, so don't hesitate to reach out when you need someone to talk to.
I will. Thanks again. I'll keep you updated on what happens next.
I'll be waiting to hear from you. Take care of yourself, okay?
Okay, I will. Talk soon.
Camilla, I was able to get in touch with Daniel.
How did it go?
Well, let me get straight to the point. The woman who is with Daniel is actually his wife.
What? His wife?
I've double-checked everything, so there's no mistake.
Wait, hold on. So, I've been deceived by him? How could he do this to me? Daniel,
Camilla.
Hey, Juliana, will you help me out?
Help you with what?
What do you mean, what? I'm going to get revenge. He was practically about to marry me, acting like we were in a serious relationship, only to end up married to some other woman. This is seriously beyond the limit.
No, Camilla, listen.
This is humiliating. I'm not going to be okay until I get compensation from him.
Camilla, calm down.
How can you expect me to calm down?
There's more to the story.
More?
Please, just listen to the end.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't really know how to phrase this, so please don't get mad at me for asking it like this, but...
What?
Were you really dating Daniel?
What?
When Max and I were going through the messages where Daniel contacted him, I was left confused. You know, I went to college with Daniel, but after we graduated, we lost contact. The only time I really heard about your relationship was when you'd occasionally share stories about him. So now I'm thinking, we're hearing these things secondhand, but maybe it wasn't as real as you think.
What are you talking about? I'm telling you I'm dating Daniel. We work together, our departments are separate, but we're on the same floor and we can see each other every day. We commute together every morning, and when our work hours align, we leave at the same time and go home together. Plus, our nearest stations are all the same, and we live only 3 minutes apart. This only became possible because I moved closer to him. Actually, I wanted to live in the same apartment building, but there was no vacancies, so I had to settle for a nearby place.
Oh, I see.
Right? From any angle, it's clear we're in love. This is the proof that we've been a couple, don't you think?
Well, about that, as I just mentioned, David already has a wife.
Yeah, I know. I lost it earlier, but thinking back, this isn't the first time something like this has happened. It's probably just a temporary lapse in judgment. He'll come back to me, so I'm not worried. But I do need to have a serious talk with him about his infidelity. I mean, he actually let some woman convince him to go all the way. Oh, it's just too much. This time, I'll make sure the woman gets the compensation she deserves. Thanks for the info, by the way. Please thank Max for me, too.
Hey, I told you to listen until the end.
Wait, there's more?
There is. Actually, there's something I really need you to understand.
Understand? What am I supposed to understand?
Daniel said that I should just tell you outright, so here it goes.
What's that supposed to mean?
Daniel, well, yesterday was his wedding day.
What?
You're saying Daniel was cheating on you, but don't you think it's a little odd to marry your affair partner?
So, they had a secret ceremony, right? How else could I have not known about it?
I asked him about it. It was a big wedding attended by both families, relatives, and even friends and acquaintances. They had a reception with around 200 guests. Apparently, even people from your company were invited.
What? I didn't know. You mean the affair partner is me?
No, hold on. Let me be clear. You weren't even the affair partner.
What?
Sorry, let me explain more clearly. The whole thing with you and Daniel being a couple, that's just what you've convinced yourself of.
What? What are you talking about? I gave you all the proof earlier.
Yeah, but the thing is, you only got into Daniel's company because you chased after him and got a job there. And the reason you live so close is that you figured out where Daniel lived and moved into a nearby place. Of course your station will be the same, and if you work in the same company, it's no surprise you're both leaving at the same time. This isn't evidence you're dating. It's evidence you've been stalking him.
Stalking? What do you mean stalking? I'm not stalking anyone.
Well, this is what Daniel has been saying. He said that the only thing he's ever talked to you about at work was work.
Of course, we were both busy with work. You can't go around flirting in the office, can you?
Also, he said that you would follow him home, always sneaking behind him with a creepy grin on your face. He said there were times when he even had to purposefully shift his schedule so you wouldn't end up walking home together.
Creepy? I didn't do anything like that.
Well, according to Daniel, it wasn't like you were walking home together. You were just following him, right?
Where are you getting this from?
Apparently, people in the office have started talking about how creepy it is that you're always following him.
What?
So when it came time for yesterday's wedding, Daniel made sure that you wouldn't find out about it. He deliberately kept it from you so it wouldn't cause any trouble.
What?
You need to stop this nonsense, Camilla.
What is going on now? Fine, let's meet in person and talk. I can't do this over the phone anymore.
In person?
I just arrived at Orlando Station.
Wait, what are you talking about?
It's really simple, actually. After I saw your message earlier where you mentioned that Daniel might be cheating, I couldn't just sit around, so I immediately got on a train to Orlando. Camilla, this is insane. You really think you can just show up like this? So, where's Max right now? You two are together, right? He's close to Orlando Station, right? Even if you ask me where I am, I don't think Daniel's around. He won't be here, trust me. That's impossible! With all the information that's been coming out of Daniel, it's obvious that you've been talking to Max, matching your stories, and using all that to feed me your version of events. What are you planning to do with all this? I brought the divorce papers and the marriage registration forms. I'm going to make you and Max sign as witnesses, and then I'll submit them to the authorities. We're doing this right now. You're involved whether you like it or not.
Well, I'll admit it's true that Max and I were together with Daniel and his wife earlier.
I knew it!
But we've already parted ways. It's over now.
What do you mean, parted ways? Where did you all go?
Daniel and his wife? The wedding? It was in Miami. They only came to Orlando for sightseeing. It's just a stopover. They weren't here for anything serious.
Sightseeing? You expect me to believe that? Then tell me, where are they staying? Where's their hotel? You need to tell me right now. I'm not waiting any longer. I'll go to the hotel myself and confront them.
Well, that's the thing. It seems like we just missed each other. You arrived just as we were leaving Orlando.
What do you mean, missed each other? We both arrived here, didn't we?
You sent me a message saying you got to Orlando Station just a few minutes before Max sent one saying he was on the way. It was just a timing thing. We left before you got here.
What? I can't believe this. So you were already in Orlando before I even arrived and didn't tell me? Why keep this from me? Why lie about all of it? What are you hiding from me?
Calm down, Camilla. I'm not hiding anything from you.
But then where are you? You said you were in Orlando. If that's true, then where are you now? Don't make me chase you all over the city.
Look, we're not even in Orlando anymore. We left a while ago. Max and I are on our way to our next location now. We're not even near the station anymore.
Wait a second. You mean you're not in Orlando anymore? You left already? You're telling me I rushed here for nothing? I haven't even booked a place tonight. How am I supposed to find them now? How am I supposed to get answers? I'm so done with all these games. This isn't fair.
Well, that's a shame, but you're the one who insisted on coming here without knowing anything for sure.
I thought I could get rid of that fake wife and spend the night with Daniel. But now it looks like I've been chasing shadows.
So the fake wife, huh? You know, you could have avoided all of this by just asking for the truth.
Oh, come on. Don't pretend you care about me now. You're just making fun of me. You know nothing about what I've been through, and now you're telling me I could have avoided this? I don't think so.
You want to know what's really funny? I thought I could just kick her out and then take her place, but I've been made a fool of. I think it's time for you to take a hard look at yourself, Camilla. This entire mess, it's not Daniel's fault. You've been caught up in it too. You should have thought about the consequences long before getting involved in this.
You think this is my fault? Of course I'm caught up in it. I never asked for any of this. You really think that this is easy for me? I'm just supposed to sit back and let all this happen? I don't know who to trust anymore. Daniel has lied to me, and now I don't even know if I can trust you. You think that's simple?
Okay, enough. I'm done with all of this.
Wait, I barely have anything on me. I rushed out without grabbing any money or cards. I've got nothing to get by. I don't even have my bag with me. How am I supposed to survive like this?
It's not my problem anymore, Camilla. You made your choices and now you'll deal with them. I've made mine too. I can't keep covering for you. I just can't keep doing this. I'm sorry, but I need to cut all ties with you now. We can't keep pretending like everything's fine when it's clearly not.
What? You're just going to abandon me like this?
I'm scared, Camilla. If this were Max and not Daniel, I'd really be afraid right now. I don't know who you've become, but I can't stay around and let you drag me into this any further.
What do you mean by that? You're afraid? Afraid of me?
Yes. And it's not just about you anymore. It's everything that's been happening. I can't handle it. I've made my decision.
Wait, you can't just do this. I'm stranded now. I need help. Please, I don't even know where I'm supposed to go. I don't have any money with me. Juliana!
In the end, it seems that Camilla was picked up by her family. After everything that had happened, the situation had gotten so out of hand that it became clear to everyone that she could no longer stay where she was. Her actions had created a rift, one that no amount of avoidance or denial could fix. The chain of events that led to her departure from the company unfolded in a way that no one had anticipated, least of all Camilla herself. The entire episode took a different turn when the issue of her stalking behavior towards Daniel reached her parents. The truth about what had been happening behind closed doors, the messages, the constant following, and the incredibly erratic behavior, it all came to light. Her parents were horrified, as any parent would be. They had no idea how deep their daughter's obsession had gone, nor did they understand how Camilla, once a smart and capable woman, had allowed herself to spiral into this kind of behavior. It wasn't just her family who found out. The company was also aware of the situation, though in a more formal and less personal way. It turned out that Camilla had already been reprimanded by her employer about the stalking behavior, though she had completely ignored it. Apparently, her refusal to acknowledge the seriousness of her actions was rooted in a lack of self-awareness. She didn't believe what she was doing was wrong. In her mind, she was simply acting out of love, out of desire, and perhaps out of a misguided sense of entitlement. After all, she had once been close to Daniel, and that was something she thought she could claim forever, but the reality was far different. Her disregard for the warnings she had received at work made things worse. It wasn't just the company that had become aware of her actions. Her colleagues, people who had worked closely with her, had begun to notice the subtle changes in her behavior. The way she would appear at odd hours, the way she would act if Daniel was even mentioned, it didn't take long for people to start talking. And once the whispers spread, there was no hiding the truth. However, it wasn't until Shuichi, a colleague who was somewhat close to Daniel, reported the incident to the higher-ups that the situation truly escalated. Shuichi's decision to speak out was pivotal. He understood the gravity of the situation, and he couldn't stand by and watch someone else suffer, not when it was clear that Camilla's behavior was crossing serious boundaries. His report opened the floodgates, bringing the attention of not just the company, but also Camilla's family, who had been kept in the dark until that point. The news hit her parents like a tidal wave. They were forced to confront the uncomfortable truth about their daughter's actions. It was clear now that she was not just facing personal struggles. She was engaging in a pattern of behavior that was unhealthy, even dangerous. Her parents, realizing the full extent of the situation, made the decision to intervene. They had no choice but to remove her from the environment that had fueled her obsession. Under pressure from her parents, and in the face of the disapproval from those around her, Camilla was forced to leave the company. It wasn't a decision made lightly. There were discussions or arguments, and no doubt a great deal of emotional turmoil. But in the end, the cold reality of the situation left her with little choice. The weight of the scandal and the increasing isolation from her peers and colleagues made her feel cornered. She had to step away, retreat to the comfort of her childhood home, and try to pick up the pieces of her life, even if she didn't fully understand what had gone wrong. For Daniel, the situation had also become complicated. He had always kept a low profile at work, never seeking the spotlight, and now he found himself having to navigate a delicate situation. His family background, his father was the head of a successful company, had already made him somewhat of a controversial figure in the workplace. But the stakes had become even higher when it was revealed that he was married to someone whose family business was just as influential. Daniel knew that the growing tension between him and Camilla could not be allowed to escalate any further, especially with all of the external pressure on him. In an attempt to protect his privacy and his career, Daniel decided to take a step back. He resigned from his position at the company, though his departure was handled with a great deal of discretion. The decision to leave, while necessary, was not made in a public manner. Daniel was careful to ensure that his exit was as smooth as possible, and the company, aware of the sensitive nature of the situation, took measures to prevent Camilla from finding out the exact details. He wanted to avoid drawing any more attention to himself, especially with the risk of Camilla continuing her obsessive behavior. Daniel's departure wasn't the end, though. His future had already been planned out, and in the coming months he would begin a new chapter in his life, one that would take him overseas. He was set to join an international branch of the company and work as part of the management team, a role that would require intense preparation and training. It was clear to everyone around him that this move would be an important one, not just for his career but for his personal well-being as well. The overseas location would provide the distance he needed from Camilla, and the situation had become so toxic. As for Camilla, her chances of continuing her stalking behavior were rapidly diminishing. The new role that Daniel was about to take up meant that he would be far removed from the reach of her obsessive tendencies. The distance between them would effectively sever any remaining ties, and any possibility of Camilla continuing to pursue him would be impossible to maintain. The factors that had once kept her delusional sense of connection alive were being systematically eliminated. She would no longer be able to monitor his every move or even keep tabs on his whereabouts. The circumstances had changed in ways she could not control, and as much as she might have wanted to hold on, the reality was that Daniel's life was no longer something she could invade. As this chapter of their lives began to close, it became clear to everyone involved that the situation had been one of deep personal reflection. Daniel in particular had learned how to deal with the complexities of his background and his family's expectations. The struggles he had faced weren't just related to Camilla, they were also about his own identity and his place in the world. The move overseas, far from being a mere job opportunity, symbolized a fresh start, a chance to reinvent himself and finally escape the constraints that had once defined his life. In the end, though it wasn't an easy journey for anyone involved, there was a sense of closure, however bitter. Camilla's story would have to continue without the person she had fixated on, and for Daniel, it was the beginning of a new chapter that he hoped would be filled with peace, free from the shadows of his past. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Hey, can you hear me? I'm stuck in the storage room right now, and I think the door's locked from the outside. I'm sorry, but could you come and unlock it for me?
Sorry, I can't open it. I'm the one who locked it. I know this might be annoying, but for now you're gonna have to stay in there. So I hope you brought some water and snacks in there with you, because it's gonna be a while before I come back.
What? What do you mean you locked it? If this is some kind of joke, it's not funny. I've got a million things to do. I am really busy right now. Today's Andrew's wedding, you know. I can't be late and I've got to get ready. Just open the door already, okay?
I've been silent up until now, but I think it's time you knew something. I've been seeing someone else. Someone that I really enjoy spending my time with over being around you, and who I want to show to my family. I'm actually going to the wedding with her today.
What? No, hold on. What are you talking about? Wait, are you saying you've been cheating on me? I can't even process what you're saying right now. This is crazy. There's no way you can get away with this. Everyone's going to find out and they'll know it's not me you're talking about, right?
You remember how my family lives really far away, right? The last time I saw my parents, it must have been 3 years ago, right? Even my relatives don't really remember your face all that well. So even if you introduced your girlfriend, it's not going to raise any suspicions. And if she steps in as you, then after the divorce, things will go smoothly.
Wait, what? What are you even trying to say? What do you mean she steps in as me? Are you out of your mind?
Listen to me. If you introduce her as if she were you and make sure people remember her face, then even if we divorce and I remarry, nobody will ever know I was cheating. They're all old, they hardly ever see us, and even if we do meet, they won't notice the tiny details. You gotta admit, it's a pretty brilliant plan, don't you think?
No way. This is too much. You seriously think you can just replace me like that? What the hell is wrong with you? Are you actually telling me you are planning on divorcing me like it's nothing? What have I even done to deserve this?
It's not like you've done anything to deserve this, but I've made up my mind. I want to marry her. I want to do it in a way that doesn't hurt her, that doesn't make her feel like she's the one being betrayed. Look, I'm sorry, but you need to stay out of the way for now. I'm gonna handle things, and when the divorce happens, I'll make sure you get a fair settlement. Don't worry about that.
Wait, Kurt. What the hell are you talking about? You are being ridiculous right now, and I can't just sit here and let you talk like this. You need to let me out of this damn storage room right now.
You think if you escape and head out to the market, you're gonna get away with it? Don't make me laugh. They'll just think some crazy woman barged in and made a scene. Look, I have to go now. I need to get to the wedding.
Wait, you can't just leave me in here like this. Don't walk away, Kurt. Are you seriously going to leave me here trapped like this while you go off with her? This isn't happening. You are not just going to walk away and pretend nothing's wrong. Ebony, what's going on today? Why didn't you come to our wedding? Did something happen? Are you okay? Wait, Maddie? Our wedding? What do you mean? Hold on, wait a minute. Are you telling me that you're the one who married Andrew? You're his wife? Yes, that's right. I wanted to keep it a secret and surprise everyone, so I stayed quiet about it right up until now. I didn't even put my name on the invitations on purpose. But when I went to greet Andrew and mentioned I was his senior from university, I saw this woman I didn't recognize at all. She was with your husband, and then when I looked closer, I saw her name on the invitation. Wait, hold on. That woman. She's your husband's mistress, right? I remember seeing a photo of him before. What the heck is going on? Honestly, I am locked in the storage room right now. It's all because of my husband. Wait, what? You're locked in a storage room? What on earth happened? That woman, she's the one my husband's been seeing behind my back. Since I don't have much connection with his family, he thinks he can get away with it. His plan is to introduce that woman as me, to take my place entirely. He wants to divorce me and marry her instead, and that's the whole plan. What? Are you serious right now? But wait, most of the people sitting at the friends table are university people, but they're all basically your juniors, right? There's no way this won't get exposed. Well, it looks like my husband was so preoccupied with impressing his parents and relatives that he didn't even think about any of that. He probably never imagined the bride would be someone from my past, one of my juniors. He couldn't have seen this coming. Anyway, I'm in the middle of changing outfits, and I can't leave the venue right now, but I've already asked a few of my old university friends to come and rescue you. They're on their way to get you out of there. I feel so bad for having to leave the wedding, but honestly, I have hit my limit. I couldn't bear it anymore, so I'm really grateful they're helping me out right now. Oh, and don't worry, I'll quietly let my in-laws know everything that's happening. When the time comes for the divorce, just let me know. I'll do whatever I can to help you. Thank you so much. It really means a lot. When it all goes down, if you'd be willing to be a witness, I would really appreciate it. I'm planning to make sure that idiot knows the consequences of what he's done to me. Of course, I'll head over to help rescue you right now. Just hang on for a little longer, okay? You're not alone in this. Ebony, I did it! Your husband finally confessed! Right now, he's in the middle of being completely cornered, tied up in a mess with everyone watching. They're confronting him with everything, and it's all falling apart. Wait, what? Is this for real? Isn't that going to cause total chaos? The whole wedding, the ceremony, everything. It's all ruined now, isn't it? I thought you were just going to have them tell your in-laws the truth. Why did it have to go this far? Honestly, it was already a disaster the moment he brought that woman to the wedding. I couldn't just let him get away with it. So I decided if things were going to fall apart, I might as well make sure it all came crashing down in front of everyone. I stepped in right when they tried to get us separated, and things got out of hand big time. I wasn't going to sit back and let him pretend everything was fine. People were shouting, "That's not Ebony. Who is that woman?" My friend stepped in to back me up, and together we made it into a scene that no one will ever forget. The whole place went into total chaos, and it felt like the walls were closing in on him. You really didn't hold back. At first, your husband kept denying everything, refusing to admit anything. But then I just said, if you're not lying, then tell me what my university nickname was. And of course, he couldn't even answer. He just froze completely. I really can't believe he thought he could pull the wool over everyone's eyes with such a terrible plan. He is so deluded. Honestly, that idiot of yours is a total fool. I don't even think he realizes how far he's gone. I'm convinced that cheating just melted his brain. He's so far gone, there's no turning back for him now. The whole thing was such a mess from the start. I knew it was doomed to fall apart eventually. It was just a matter of time before everything unraveled. I mean, think about it. Introducing his mistress as me to his relatives and thinking he could just play it off later when the divorce happens? He was never going to get away with it. But what's worse is that he thought you'd just quietly step aside and let it all happen, like some passive bystander. Did he seriously believe that this would go smoothly? He thought everything would just go his way without a hitch, and it's honestly pathetic. I know your husband's completely at fault here, but I feel so terrible for all the trouble I've caused you. If it makes things better, I'll even help you redo the wedding if there's something you want. And don't worry, I'll make sure to get every penny of alimony from him. I'll make sure he pays for what he did. No, there's no need for that. You've done more than enough already. I can never thank you enough for all your help, especially back in university. You've been there for me more times than I can count, and I'll always be grateful. But you don't need to worry about paying for the wedding. Trust me, I'll be sending my own bill for everything he ruined. You need to go after everything. Don't hold back. He deserves every bit of it, and I'm so sorry that all of this fell onto your lap because of him. It's all his fault, and you shouldn't have had to deal with any of it. It's okay, but how are you doing now? I know you were stuck in that storage room for a long time, and I can't stop worrying about you. I heard from the friends that went and rescued you that they ended up taking you to the hospital. Is everything okay? It was just a light case of dehydration, nothing serious. I'm totally fine now. They hooked me up to an IV, and I'm feeling a lot better now. Once I get home, I plan on relaxing and doing something fun to unwind. You've been through so much, and I really admire your strength through all this. I just want you to know that I'm here for you, and I'll be right by your side, supporting you throughout the entire process. Thank you. Truly, I'm going to make sure that idiot regrets every single thing he's done to me and you. And, Maddie? Yes? Congratulations on your marriage. I truly hope you find the happiness you deserve. I really do. Thank you. Oh, you're too kind. Ebony, you stay strong. We'll get through this, and I'll be right here cheering you on every step of the way.
Ebony, please just let me in. I've been sleeping outside for 3 days now. The nights are freezing and I can't do this anymore. I'm begging you. I'm so sorry for everything. Please let me in. I can't take the cold any longer. I'm out of options here.
What? No way. Why in the world should I let you in after everything you've done? You think I'm going to open that door for you? If you're so desperate, why don't you go back to your parents' house? Oh, wait, that's right. They kicked you out too. Or you can try your mistress if she hasn't already shut you out as well. It's really none of my concern anymore.
Please, stop it. You don't understand. I'm completely broke. After paying for Maddie's wedding, I don't have a single yen left. I don't even have enough for a meal, let alone a hotel room to sleep in. I swear, I've realized my mistakes. You're the one I want. Just let me in, please. I can't go on like this. I'm on the edge, Ebony. I'm really sorry. Please, just hear me out.
Your words mean nothing to me anymore. You think I'm going to fall for that, huh? I'm sorry. I've learned my lesson. It's too late for that. You've already shown me what kind of person you really are. The fact that you're begging me now doesn't change what you did. There's no place for you here anymore. You threw everything away, and now you're stuck with the consequences. You had your chance. Now the door is closed.
I can't believe this is my reality. How did I end up like this? I thought we had everything figured out. I was ready to leave you and be with her. I had it all planned. I thought it was perfect. No one would ever find out. But now, I find out that Andrew's wife is your junior? What happened? How did things get so twisted?
Are you really this naive? You honestly thought that even if your affair didn't come to light at the wedding, that no one would ever find out? Sure, maybe the wedding didn't expose you, but you know damn well that when we get divorced, it's all going to come out. Your little plan was never going to hold up. Do you think my family, my relatives, and yours are just going to sit back and let this slide when it's time to split everything up? That's not how it works, and you knew it.
So tell me, what exactly was I supposed to do here? How was I supposed to fix this? How do I even fix myself now? At work, I'm being pushed out. They're demoting me, cutting my pay. There's no respect left for me anywhere. And now I can't even go home because I don't have a place to stay. Do you have any idea what that feels like? This isn't just about you anymore. My whole life is falling apart because of your stupid decisions.
And you know what? That salary you're talking about, that's going to go straight into paying me back for the hell you put me through, so you can expect things to only get worse for you. You've ruined everything. My reputation, my job, my life. Now you want to play the victim?
Why is this happening to me? Why is it all coming crashing down like this? I thought I had it under control. I thought everything would work out, but now look at me. I'm the one on the ground, crushed by my own mistakes. Why am I the one who has to deal with all this pain and suffering? Why is it always me paying the price for everything?
This is what happens when you live with your head in the clouds, thinking everything will just work itself out. You never considered the consequences. You didn't think about what would happen if things went wrong. And now here you are, begging, but it's too little too late. You destroyed everything for yourself. This is your doing. Own it. I don't care how sorry you are, how much you beg. This is what happens when you get greedy and think you can get away with anything. You're not getting another chance. You're out of options. I'm going to bed, so do us both a favor and don't try to contact me again. From now on, if you want anything, go through my lawyer. You're not getting back in my life, no matter how much you beg. Good night, loser.
Wait! No, please! Don't just leave me like this! Please, Ebony, don't abandon me! I don't have anyone else! I'm sorry, I made a huge mistake! Please, just let me stay for a little while! I can't face the world like this! Don't shut me out! I can't survive this alone!
Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story. Brittany! Hey, it's Jayla. It's been forever.
Jayla?
Did I surprise you? My number's different now, so I bet you didn't recognize it. I got a new phone recently, which means new number, but it's still me. I knew you wouldn't ignore me on purpose.
Oh, I see.
You know, now that I think about it, you stopped replying as much ever since you moved away for college. At first I thought, oh, she must be busy with classes and making new friends. But then it just kept happening. I'd text, but you'd take longer to reply, and sometimes you didn't even reply at all. It was so sad, Brittany.
I mean, yeah, I had a lot going on.
I get that, I do, but you know, I really, really wanted to go to the same university as you. I even applied, but my grades weren't high enough, so I couldn't get in. Ugh, I was so crushed. Can you imagine how hard that was? Watching my best friend move away, knowing I'd be stuck here without you, it was awful.
I didn't know you applied there.
Of course I did. I wanted us to stay together. But whatever. At least we're talking now, right? That's what matters.
Is there something you needed?
Whoa, that was cold.
It's just been a while. I wasn't sure how to react. By the way, your profile picture.
Oh, you finally noticed? Took you long enough.
I wasn't sure at first, but the background, it's the same as mine.
Yep, I worked hard to find the exact location where you took yours. Took me forever, but I finally tracked it down, and I made sure to get the same angle and everything. Now our icons match. Cute, right? Oh, and guess what? I got the same phone as you.
Wait, how do you even know what phone I have?
Oh, that? Easy. I actually saw you last Sunday.
You saw me?
Mm-hmm. You were at the train station, right? I was nearby and happened to notice you standing there, scrolling through your phone while you waited for someone. I couldn't believe my luck. It had been so long since I'd seen you in person.
And you didn't say anything?
I wanted to, really I did. But then some guy showed up and you two walked off together. I figured you were on a date and I didn't want to interrupt.
So you just watched?
Don't make it sound so weird. I was just curious. I mean, it had been forever since I saw you. It was like seeing an old friend from a distance, you know?
That's still...
Anyway, while I was watching, I noticed your phone case. I memorized what it looked like, then I searched for it online. From there, I figured out your phone model, so I bought the same one. Oh, and I even got the same case, so we matched. Isn't that awesome?
Jayla.
What?
That's a lot.
Aw, don't be like that. It just means we're in sync. Besides, now that I live nearby, we can finally catch up. Let's get coffee or something soon. It'll be just like old times.
Wait, you live nearby?
Yep, I moved here recently. Isn't that crazy? It's like fate or something. I just knew we were meant to find our way back to each other.
Jayla, I don't actually live in that area.
Wait, what?
I was just visiting.
No way. Oh, that's so unfair. If I had known that, I totally would have come up and said hi. I can't believe I missed my chance. Oh, I feel so dumb.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, that guy you were with, he's your husband, right?
Yeah.
I knew it. Oh my God, Brittany, you got married and didn't even tell me? What the hell? I had to find out by piecing things together like some kind of detective. That is so mean.
It wasn't intentional. I just didn't think to tell you.
Not intentional? Brittany, we're best friends. I should have been at your wedding. I should have been your maid of honor. I would have planned the most amazing bachelorette party for you. But no, you just went and got married without me.
I didn't think you'd care this much.
Of course I care. If I had known, I would have started looking for a husband too.
What?
Well, duh. If my best friend gets married, I have to get married too. I wanted us to have a joint wedding. Imagine it, both of us in matching wedding dresses walking down the aisle at the same time. It would have been perfect, but no, you had to go and do it alone.
Jayla, that's not how marriage works.
It could have been. You just didn't give me a chance.
Marriage isn't something you rush into just because someone else is doing it.
That's what you think, but for best friends, everything should match. That's the rule. It's like a pact. We do everything together, so if you're married, I need to get married too.
Jayla,
what?
Why do you always try to match everything I do?
Huh? Isn't it obvious? You're popular. You always have been. You have tons of friends, and people just like you. If I match you, then maybe I'll be a part of that too.
That's not how friendships work.
It is for me. And besides, we always have done this. Ever since we were little, I made sure we matched. Our clothes, our hairstyles, our school supplies, everything. That's just how it's always been.
That was when we were kids. You don't need to do that anymore.
Why not? It worked back then. Why fix something that isn't broken?
Because you should be making choices for yourself. I want you to have your own preferences, your own opinions, your own life.
But what you like is what I like, so it's totally fine. No need to worry about me, Brittany.
That's not the point.
Ugh, you're so stubborn. Anyway, about your husband, he's a banker, right?
Where did you hear that? I don't remember telling you.
Oh, I called Rachel. She told me, which means I need to find a banker to marry too.
Jayla, that's not...
Nope, don't try to stop me. If you have a banker husband, then I need a banker husband. That way we can match like real best friends.
Jayla, your future isn't something you should base on mine. You need to think about what you actually want.
Uh-huh. And I've decided that I want my life to be just like yours. So I'm gonna find a banker, get married ASAP, and we can have double dates all the time. Just you wait, Brittany. I'll catch up to you in no time. Brittany, sorry to keep you waiting. I finally found him, my banker husband.
Wait, you actually found someone?
Yep, I signed up for a matchmaking service and made sure to put in all the right filters. Same age as your husband, same profession, same everything. And guess what? I found the perfect match. Isn't that amazing?
Jayla, are you serious? You're picking a life partner like you're matching outfits?
Oh, come on. Don't be so dramatic. Think about it. Our husbands will be practically the same. It's perfect. Just imagine how fun it'll be. Both of us being married to bankers, living these super similar lives. It's like a dream come true.
This is your marriage we're talking about. You're not just buying the same phone as me or copying my hairstyle. This is an actual human being. You can't just pick someone based on their job title.
Brittany, you're so silly. You always overthink things. This is exactly why we're best friends. We get to experience everything together. And really, what could be better than having matching husbands? If only your husband had a twin, then it would have been absolutely perfect. But, well, I didn't want to go that far. I mean, I don't want you to think I'm trying to steal your man or anything. That would totally ruin our friendship, right?
Jayla.
Oh, and speaking of keeping things the same, I heard you're pregnant.
How do you even know that?
Rachel told me, obviously, but you know what this means, right? I have to hurry up.
Wait, hurry up with what?
Having a baby, duh. If I don't get pregnant soon, then our kids won't be in the same grade. We need to be mom friends together. Oh no, wait, not just mom friends. Mom best friends. That's way better, don't you think?
Jayla, this is insane. Do you even love this guy? Have you ever thought about whether you're ready for a baby?
Oh, Brittany, always so serious. Love comes later. First we match, then we build the perfect life together. It's like a puzzle, and I'm making sure every piece fits just like yours. Anyway, my fiancé's calling me. Gotta go. We'll talk later, okay? Bye. Jayla, answer me.
What?
Is it true? Your husband isn't a banker?
Yeah, not anymore.
Not anymore? What do you mean, not anymore?
He quit 6 months ago. He's working for his older brother now. He started a company, and my husband handles the accounting.
6 months ago? You're joking, right? You have to be joking.
I am not.
Then why didn't you say anything?
Jayla, why would I? It's not like his job affects you.
Not like it affects me. Are you serious right now? I got married 6 months ago thinking I was finally matching you, finally making sure our lives were in sync. I specifically chose a banker. I told the matchmaker I need a banker husband because that's what Brittany's husband does.
You chose your husband based on what my husband did for a living?
Obviously. What do you think I've been doing all these years? Do you even listen to me?
Jayla, that's not normal.
Oh, don't start. You always say that. You don't get it. You never get it.
What's there to get? You made a life-altering decision based on me. Not your feelings, not compatibility, not love, just me.
Well, yeah, that's what best friends do, Brittany. They match. You and I have always been like this. Same clothes, same phone, same everything. Why should our marriages be any different?
Because a marriage isn't a handbag, Jayla. You don't just coordinate husbands like they're accessories.
Ugh, you're being so overdramatic. It's not like I don't love my husband or anything, but what's the harm in making sure our lives stay aligned?
You really don't see the problem with this?
No, but you know what is a problem? The fact that you lied to me.
I didn't lie.
Oh, really? So if I had never called, when exactly were you planning to tell me your husband wasn't a banker anymore?
I wasn't. Because, again, it doesn't affect you.
You are so selfish sometimes. Do you even realize what you've done to me?
What I've done to you?
I spent months making sure my life would match yours, and now it turns out my husband isn't even right? Do you have any idea how much effort that took?
Jayla, listen to yourself. Do you hear how ridiculous you sound?
It's not ridiculous. Now I have to fix this.
Fix what?
I have to make my husband quit his job.
Excuse me?
If your husband isn't a banker anymore, then mine can't be one either. That's just common sense.
Jayla, you cannot be serious right now.
Oh, I'm dead serious. Don't worry, it's not as hard as you think. See, my husband has an older brother too, just like yours.
What does that have to do with anything?
It's perfect, don't you see? If your husband quit banking to work for his older brother's company, then mine can do the same thing. All I have to do is get my husband's brother to start a business, convince my husband to quit his banking job, and bam, our lives are back in sync again.
That is the most insane thing I have ever heard you say.
You're overreacting.
You're planning to manipulate your husband's entire career path just so we can have the same life. That's not overreacting. That's deeply unhinged.
It's practical.
No, it's terrifying.
Ugh, you are so difficult. I don't understand why you're making this such a big deal. I mean, I'm doing this for you, you know.
For me?
Yes, I'm fixing our lives so they stay perfectly matched, just like they should be.
Jayla, stop. Your husband is a person, not a collectible. You can't just swap out his job like you're replacing a phone case.
Well, obviously I'm not just gonna do it. I'm gonna talk to him first.
Oh, great. I feel so much better.
You should. Anyway, I gotta go. My husband's home. I'll let you know how it goes.
Jayla, don't do this.
Too late. Bye. Brittany, I don't know what to do anymore. I've been divorced. My husband left me.
What? No way. Wait. Did you seriously tell him to quit his job as a banker?
Yeah, I did. I really told him that.
Oh my God. You really went and said it? That's
That's crazy, Jayla.
I know. He got so angry, and he started yelling about how we were going to live if I forced him to quit. It was like I didn't even matter anymore. Guess I didn't really think it through. I was just so sure it would fix everything, but now everything is falling apart.
Well, yeah, that's a huge thing. Of course he'd be upset. You've been together for years, Jayla. You can't just expect him to give up on his career without some serious consequences.
I thought maybe if he didn't have the bank job, it would push him to do something different, like follow his dreams or something. But all he cared about was how it would affect our finances. It felt like nothing I said mattered to him. All he could focus on was the money. And now I'm sitting here wondering how I got to this point.
I guess that you wanted to shake things up, but you can't expect someone to throw away their career just because you want a change. You were basically asking him to risk everything. That's a huge decision to make. You should have thought about the consequences.
I know. I thought maybe it would be worth it. I was willing to make sacrifices, but I guess I didn't think it through like you said. I just thought, well, maybe if we had a fresh start, things would be different. But now, I can't even fix things. I don't know what to do.
It's not easy to just fix everything in one go, Jayla. Sometimes things get broken in a way that you can't fix overnight. But you can't just expect things to magically fall into place.
I know. I feel like everything I touch is falling apart. And it's not just the divorce, it's everything. I've been fighting with my family, with my husband. I don't even know who I am anymore. I thought this was what I wanted. I thought I needed to push him to do something different, but maybe I was just running away from something.
What do you mean? Running away from what?
I don't know. I guess I've been running away from myself. I thought if I changed everything around me, maybe it would help me find who I really am. I thought I could make things perfect, but nothing is ever perfect, is it?
You're not going to find yourself by changing everything in your life, Jayla. You have to look inward. You have to figure out who you really are, outside of your relationships and your job. Maybe it's not the outside world that needs to change. Maybe it's you.
But I don't know who I am anymore. I've spent so long trying to be what everyone else wanted me to be, trying to keep up with everything. Now I feel like I'm just floating around trying to catch up with myself. It's exhausting.
I get that, but you can't keep relying on other people to give you answers. You have to find your own path. It's hard and it's scary, but you're stronger than you think. You just need to take a step back and breathe.
I know, but sometimes it feels like everything is spinning out of control, and I'm the only one who doesn't know what to do. I don't even know how I ended up here. One moment everything seemed fine, and the next, my marriage is over. It feels like I've lost everything, Brittany. I thought I was doing the right thing, but now it just feels like I've messed it all up.
Listen, I'm not going to pretend I know exactly how you feel, but I know that you can't keep blaming yourself. You made mistakes, but you don't have to carry that weight forever. You can learn from them, but you have to let them go at some point.
I don't know how to let go. I don't know where to go from here. I feel like I don't even recognize myself anymore.
That's okay. You're allowed to feel lost. But don't let that make you feel like you're broken. You're not broken, Jayla. You're just figuring things out, and that's okay. You don't have to have all the answers right now.
But what if I never find my way again? What if I never feel like myself again?
You will. You just have to be patient with yourself. It's going to take time, and there will be moments when you feel like you're drowning, but you'll get through it. You've been through tough things before, Jayla. This isn't the end for you.
I hope you're right. I just don't know what to do with all this emptiness. I thought if I had everything, if I made the right decisions, things would just fall into place, but now everything is just scattered. I'm scared I'll never pull it back together.
You don't have to put everything together all at once. It's okay to take your time and figure things out slowly. You don't have to rush. You've got the rest of your life ahead of you. And you'll find your way again, Jayla. I promise.
But how do I do that? How do I move forward?
You start by forgiving yourself. You have to stop blaming yourself for everything that went wrong. It's not all your fault, Jayla. You did what you thought was best at the time, and now you just have to learn from it and grow.
But I don't even know where to begin. How do I forgive myself when it feels like I ruined everything?
It's not about forgetting. It's about accepting that you made a mistake, learning from it, and moving forward. You have to stop punishing yourself. You've done enough of that already.
I don't know if I can do it. It's just so hard.
I know it's hard, but you're not alone.
You have people who care about you, people who want to see you happy. You just have to be willing to help yourself first.
I don't know. I feel like I've pushed everyone away. I don't want to be alone, but I keep pushing people away, and now I've pushed you away too.
You haven't pushed me away. You've pushed yourself away from me, but I'm still here, Jayla. I'm not going anywhere. I care about you, but you have to start caring about yourself too.
I don't know if I can. I feel like I've lost everything that mattered to me.
You haven't lost everything. You still have a chance to rebuild. It's not going to be easy, and it's not going to be quick. But you can rebuild. You can start fresh. You just have to believe that you deserve it.
Do I deserve it? After everything I've done, do I really deserve a second chance?
Yes, Jayla, you deserve a second chance. You deserve to find happiness. But you have to give yourself that chance. You can't keep punishing yourself for your past mistakes.
I'll try. I'll try to be better. I'll try to find my way again.
You will. I believe in you.
Thank you. Thank you for not giving up on me, even when I felt like I had nothing left.
The only thing is, I'm not going to be a part of your future anymore, because you still do scare me some, and I don't want my family getting involved with you. So good luck to you, and consider this my last time responding to you.
Wait, what? I thought you were going to help me with my second chance. Brittany? Brittany!
After everything that happened, I knew I had to take control of the situation, especially when it came to how the story was going to be told. I reached out to our mutual friends to explain everything that had transpired and made it clear that I didn't want any more details to be leaked. It wasn't just about me anymore. There were other people involved, and I wanted to protect them from unnecessary gossip or judgment. It was hard enough to go through everything I had already, and I didn't need anyone spreading rumors or twisting the truth. I had to set boundaries, and that meant being open with my friends, but also making it clear where the line was drawn. A few days later, I learned that my ex-husband had come to my parents' house after hearing from Jayla about my situation. He must have been desperate for some answers, or maybe some form of closure. Apparently, Jayla had told him that I had given birth to a son, which was news to him, as he knew I had been pregnant with a girl. When he heard that I had a boy, he seemed to get fixated on the idea that it wasn't the same as what Jayla had gone through. I can't even begin to explain how I felt when I heard that. It was almost as if there was no room for any other outcome, as if everything had to be a match for Jayla's choices. His obsession with the idea that my child had to somehow mirror hers was both baffling and horrifying. It was like he was comparing two separate lives as if they should align perfectly, which, of course, was impossible. In the end, I was told that my ex-husband was granted custody of Jayla's child. It seemed like the culmination of so many broken promises and failed relationships. He had always been a man who struggled with commitment, and it seemed as though this was just another chapter in his ongoing attempt to escape responsibility. When I first heard the news, I was in shock. Part of me felt pity for him, as I couldn't imagine what it would have been like for him to deal with all of that. But another part of me felt relieved. He had always been the type to avoid facing the consequences of his actions, so seeing him in this new role didn't feel like justice. If anything, it felt like yet another attempt at denying the responsibility he should have been taking. It wasn't my problem anymore, but I couldn't help but feel a small, lingering sense of resentment for how he had handled everything. What disturbed me even more was that Jayla seemed to be fixated on the idea of having a match. It was clear she hadn't let go of her obsession with what my life looked like, and her constant need to compare everything, especially our children, only made the situation worse. It wasn't just about the children anymore, it was about her need to control everything, to make everything fall into a pattern that made sense in her mind. It was toxic, and I couldn't be part of it. I was so tired of the emotional manipulation, the games, and the constant need for everything to align perfectly. I couldn't and wouldn't let myself be dragged back into that web of dysfunction. While all of this was unfolding, my life was moving forward in ways I had never expected. After everything had settled, my husband and I made the decision to leave the country. While we were fortunate enough to have the opportunity to live abroad due to his work and the timing felt right, we left with our son, leaving behind all complexities of our past lives. At first, I wasn't sure how it would feel to be so far from everything I had known, but the more time passed, the more I realized that it was the best decision for us. The distance from everything and everyone gave us the space we needed to start fresh. The stress of dealing with Jayla, my ex-husband, and all the other complications had taken such a toll on me that
I couldn't fathom staying in the same environment any longer. We needed to heal, and the best way to do that was to distance ourselves from the chaos. The transition wasn't easy, but it felt like the right thing to do. I didn't want to feel like I was still tethered to a past that no longer served me. We settled into our new life in the United States, and while there were some adjustments to make, it was a relief. I felt like I had taken control of my own future in a way I hadn't been able to before. The past was still a part of me, but it no longer defined me. I no longer felt the weight of everything that had happened weighing me down. I felt lighter. It wasn't just the physical distance that made a difference, but the emotional space. I finally had to process everything. We didn't share our exact location with many people. Only a few close family members and friends were aware of where we were. It wasn't that I wanted to keep it a secret, but it felt necessary to maintain some privacy. After everything that had happened with Jayla and my ex-husband, I just wanted to protect my family. The last thing I needed was for anyone to track us down or dig into our lives. We needed to be free from that. And so we kept the specifics of where we were living to ourselves. Our new life was ours to build, and I didn't want anyone interfering with that.
Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.